right, we got Randy Bird is in the house. Happy belated birthday, Randy. How you doing, man?
Doing great, Tom. How you doing, man?
Good, good. We got
Good to see
Clark
you.
Broom. We got Trevor. Oh man, it's awesome. It's a beautiful day today. It's just gorgeous. So, Brent, we got Brent Gove, the legend, the myth. Brent, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Tom. Doing great. Wonderful to be
Awesome.
here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure everybody knows the illustrious Brent Gove, the legend, the myth. So I don't want to take any more of your time or space. We really appreciate everything you do, jumping in here. So, Brent, if you can just go ahead and we've got a few guests here today. If you could briefly share a little bit about yourself, and then let's just jump into the content. That'd be great.
Sounds good, Tom. Sounds good. Well, I was born in San Diego in 1966. We're going to go all the way back. Yes, I'm from San Diego. Grew up in Chula Vista, represent. And then in 76, moved to Sacramento, California, where I've been here for, 50 years now. So I'm almost 60. I'm chasing Randy Bird. I'm never going to catch him, though. He loves to beat me. I hate the fact that I'll never catch him. This is not good. And I got into real estate when I was 30. Went bankrupt at 29, so that was my gift for turning 30, fresh out of bankruptcy. Wonderful. And so I've been in real estate almost 30 years now, and got in and struggled like everybody else. I think I sold 3 homes my first 6 months, and I was doing it super part-time and just wasn't committed. So the next year, I kind of got committed. My broker moved after 6 months. He left town, moved to Newport Beach. But I sold 18 homes my second year, or after the first 6 months, I sold 18 homes. I was kind of getting the hang of it. And then I sold 28. And then by my 4th year, I sold 48 homes and I made almost $400,000. And I'm going to give you the Cliff Notes version because some of you were on yesterday and you heard me say this. So don't worry. I'm not going to spend more than 2 minutes. But I figured out the whole open house thing. And, I did originally start doing my open houses with 6 signs for Coldwell Banker, and I was a RE/MAX agent. And then I found a company that was just killing everybody in town. They'd put out 30. So Success Leaves Clues. I copied them. I put out 30 signs. They had free list of area homes on their signs. Coldwell Banker didn't have free list of area homes on their signs. RE/MAX didn't. Lions didn't. Nobody did but them, and they were killing everybody. So I go, well, I guess I need to put free list of area homes on my signs. I did that, and people started coming. I started getting, like, when you put out 30 signs, when it takes an hour to put out 30 signs, and then it start at 9. You don't start at 1 or 2. You start at 9, and you go till 9 at night. And you work 12 hours on Saturday, 12 hours on Sunday. You work. And then Monday through Friday, you water ski, you snow ski, you houseboat, you fish, you show property, you go on listing appointments. But you're kind of I was a weekend warrior, and I only did that for 3 months. It's not something you do your whole life. But at the end of 3 months of working like that, like being a man, being a woman, stepping up, being a warrior, stepping up, I had 70 clients. I mean, literally had 70 clients. Everyone's like, well, how do you, you had 70 people? Yep. How do you work with all those? You don't. People beat your door down and want to buy a house, and you work with those people. The cream rises to the top. Most people walk around like this. They have a test tube and they have 2 or 3 clients, and they starve in real estate. Stop walking around with the test tube. If you go visit someone who's in an ICU ward in a hospital, they have this little line, and it goes drip, drip, drip. And we all know, what is that? It's the IV line, because they're in critical care, and they're dropping antibiotics into them. They're dropping morphine into them. They're trying to keep them alive. And this is what most real estate agents do. They walk around with this tiny little test tube. Occasionally a cell drips out 2, 3, 4 months from now. And the reason that is, and same thing with agent attraction, it's a great analogy for agent attraction, is you refuse to risk your ego. You simply don't fail enough. You don't swing the bat enough. And it applies to agent attraction. It applies to real estate. So if you're door knocking, I'm doing 20 a day, do 40 a day. Well, that takes longer. Go all day. Do what it takes for your family. Now, think of the Great Depression. People stood in soup lines. There just was no opportunity. We're not there. There's $1 trillion market out there. There's so much business, you guys. Let me just give it to you straight. I'm going to give it to you straight. Regarding your real estate sales, you're not working. You're not working.
Awkward silence.
I know. I just let it sit in. Like, you got to have a daily plan and you got to work like an animal. And so I always knew the reason I've sold a lot of real estate and became successful at RE/MAX, #1 in California out of 10,000 RE/MAX agents, and number 11 globally out of 128,000, is because I had a daily plan and I followed the plan. And guess what it was? Coach soccer at 4 p.m. I did that Wednesdays and Fridays. Coach Little League Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. at John Holst Elementary. I was there. I lived by my calendar. When it was time to be a dad, I was a dad. When it was time to be a warrior, I was a warrior. Go to men's camp, go to Bible study. Every Wednesday night, Saturday night, take my wife out. Didn't miss. I'm not saying it was perfect. And yeah, in 2010, we had a big struggle in our marriage. And it lasted for 10 months. And I wanted to wish it on my worst enemy. It was terrible. But I walk with a limp today, man. The reason I have street credibility is because I have done open houses where I just get on my knees and beg God for people to show up. And then I learned how to do them right, which was when it's 112, do it anyway. When it's a winter storm, it's December, it's January, and the water's going sideways, and there's nobody doing an open house. I told this agent I would go to his house Saturday and Sunday and hold it open. I was out there in the rain and wind for an hour, bungee cording stuff to signs. And guess what? I had to have a whole fresh thing of clothes. I'd have to bring a towel to the open house. And I think I had 50 prospects come through. They're like, you're crazy. You're the only open house in town. Supply and demand. I'm the only open house in town. It's one of the best open houses. And I talked 35 of them into give me their private social security numbers. You can't be boring at Agent Attraction. You can't be boring when you door knock, when you work your sphere, when you're doing an open house. Like, yeah, I tried that. It's not working. It's because you're boring. It works. You don't work. Write this one down. You've heard me say it before, but I want you to get it. And I know Tony Robbins, I would go to you're like, why do you go to so many? I've been to like 9 Tony Robbins events because I didn't master it all the first time I went or the second time I went. Or that there's a lot of content, 18 hours a day for 5 days. There's a lot of content. Passion is infectious. You need to be more passionate when you door knock, more passionate when you call your sphere, more passionate about doing open houses. Like, really get in the zone. And guess what? Every amateur goes through the motions. And going through the motions is a part of it. But you can't just go through the motions. I'm doing just that, and I live by my calendar. Clark Broom taught me that 40 years ago. Live by your calendar. Doesn't matter how you feel. Don't work off you. I mean, when you really dial it and you harness your emotions like a windsurfer, and you grab that big bar and you're holding on, and the wind hits the sail, and whoosh, you're jumping off waves and you're having the time of your life. When you're mature enough to harness your emotions instead of being depressed or overcome by your emotions. And so when you can live by your calendar, go through the motions, but realize, like Dennis Waitley's taught me 40 years ago, at times a speedster, it takes its toll. Every day is a Super Bowl. Like today, what if today was the greatest day of your life? You got all day today. It's morning out here. And those of you on the East Coast, okay, it's noon. But for the rest of us on the West Coast, it's morning. What if you had a plan and you lean into it with passion and prayer? What do you mean prayer? Like bringing in the Almighty, the big man upstairs? Absolutely. He wants to be a part of your life. What if you actually asked him to give you wisdom, what to say, how to say, when to say it? Emotional intelligence. Like I've been wanting to ask Glenn Sanford for something for about a week. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. I talked to Stewart. He goes, yeah, timing's not right. Timing's not right. You can't just, you got to be smart. It's a big ask. And you will all be the benefits of my ask, but I'm not dumb. Well, that's debatable. But I'm smart enough to know, like, you got to know when you got to use emotional intelligence. Like, this isn't the time. It's not the time. And so I like to pray and ask God, when is the time? Nope, not now. Okay. And I just, not now. It's like, not because I'm afraid, because I want the result. Right. And so I would say this, whether it's agent attraction or sales, you got to be really in tune to where people are. And when people see that you're authentic, you're being honest, like that house, we could do way better than that house. Come on, get in the car. We're out of here. I have so much better for you. They're like that. Call a spade a spade. One time I did that, and the lady was like, I love this house. I'm like, oh, okay. So try to read the room. It was early on in my career, and she was digging the house. I thought it was a terrible house. There's only one time that happened. But people like it. I've had customers call me that I gave to my buyer's agents early on. We're talking 2000, 2001. They're like, every time I go out with so-and-so, and I'm thinking of the agent, I know so-and-so. It just feels like he wants to sell me a house. Like, every house is great. Every house we should write an offer on. He's not honest with me. Every house is not great, And so it's not that you have to show up, well, the roof's bad and that toilet's bad and the drainage is bad. Look, it's going into the back of the house. And yeah, you have all that information, right? And when they ask, you certainly want to share it. But honesty, people read through it. Who do we do business with? People we know, like, and trust. Why don't you sponsor more people in EXP? They have not gotten to know you. In other words, you didn't take them to sushi. You didn't have breakfast with them. When they ask you about EXP, say, I don't want to talk about EXP. How's your family? How are your kids? How's your business? How can I help you? What's your greatest strength in your business? They tell you. Then you get to ask the next question. Where's the soft underbelly of your business? Where's your greatest weakness? I go, is it your database? Is it sphere marketing? Is it you don't know anything about technology and AI? Like, if you had to go, wow, I'm really great at this. This is my superpower. For me, it's open houses. I mean, I'm a little weird, but like doing an open house today sounds exciting. Like that, it makes everything in my body vibrate, the thought of an open house. Because I could go meet people today. I could show property today. I could write an offer today. I did it so much, I know how to get an answer in 10 minutes, not Tuesday. I know how to get the listing agent to respond in 10 minutes and present my offer. Even when it says in the MLS, we're presenting offers Tuesday night, I can present my offer in 10 minutes. Super easy. By the way, you just say, oh, by the way, I sent over the highlights. We close in 9 days. It's as is. We have a $40,000 earnest money deposit. Seller can stay for up to 55 days rent-free, no security deposit. Boom, it's all there. It's $10,000 over full price. It's all there. And can you text that outline I just texted you? Just put copy and paste and send it to your seller, because we're in a unique situation where it is 9 a.m. and we have to have an answer by 10 a.m. or we're going to write on a different house. We want this house. We're choosing this house. This is the one they want, but we're going to move on a different house at 10 a.m. We're in a unique situation. We cannot work. I know in the MLS it says you're presenting Tuesday night, but it's Friday morning. And I think your sellers would be pretty upset if they didn't know about this offer, and it's over full price. And you got to admit the terms are pretty good, right, Tom? Yeah, they're great. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm asking is that you copy paste, send to your seller and say, I don't know why, but they're closing in 9 days. You're going to stay for 55 days, rent free, no security deposit, $40,000 earnest money deposit. These guys mean business. I asked him what it was. He said he couldn't tell me. It was personal and private, but we're in a desperate situation. You'll be done. I go, Jackie, you're going to get paid in 9 days. Megan, as a seller, you're going to get your proceeds in 9 days. Jackie, please make sure you tell your seller. I even put it in my copy and paste text. Seller gets all proceeds in 9 days wired to their bank account. And I go, can you just send it to your seller? I know you're going to wait till Tuesday, but send it to them because we won't be here Tuesday. You have every right to wait till Tuesday. I don't threaten them. Unfortunately, we can't wait. And they copy and paste and send my offer. That is the offer. those highlighted terms in the text, you don't want them to send the offer. You just want them to send the offer, the bullet points. And guess what? They call back, oh my God, I can't believe it. What? They accepted your offer. Oh, okay. Let me send you the offer. Haven't even sent the offer. And I sell the home in 10 minutes. But you got to know how to do that. And there's no one's ever said, nope, I will not send that to my seller. And I said, well, man, if they ever find out, I mean, just no one's even, I've never even had to do that. They say, yeah, I'll send it to them, but we're not responding until Tuesday. And they, oh my God, I can't believe it. They accepted their offer. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I have an MLS. It says we're not presenting enough. I'm going to get shot. All the agents in town. I said, hey, it's really easy. Tom Daves, your fiduciary is not to the agents in town. Your fiduciary is to your seller. And your seller has a right to change his or her mind. And you just tell them, my seller instructed me, offers Tuesday, and my seller changed his mind. There was an offer that came in that was so good, they didn't want to wait. And they took it. And I'm sorry. And there's nothing they could do. You can't get in trouble. You're an agent of the seller. That's why they call you an agent. You represent the seller and your fiduciary seller. The agents, they'll get over it. They get mad and grumble. You say, I cannot control my seller. And they wanted to take this offer, and it's game over. That's how I get my offers presented in 10 minutes. But the reason I did that is I used to wait till Tuesday night. Then there was the highest and best, and we got 14 offers, and you lose. Never lose in multiple offers, but you got to know how to play the game. Why do I know how to play the game? Because I know my ego is not my amigo. I risked my ego so much. I failed so much. And the same thing with agent attraction. I was probably talking to this. Write this down. I'm going to write this down. I would say I explained EXP to 30 agents a month, every month for 5 months. And then I never did it again. Like, I don't send the model explained. I don't email my listing presentation. I took the time to drive 2 hours, 1 hour, 3 hours to sit down with them. Well, tell me about it. Can't you just send me something? No, can't. I got to meet with you in person. Who's in control in a listing appointment? The seller? I guarantee you, any pro. Tom, I'm going to ask Tom. Tom's a pro. Tom, when you go to people's house to do a listing presentation, they may think they're in control, but who's absolutely in control of the flow and the process of the listing presentation? Who is it, Tom?
It's me, 100%.
Did you ever feel out of control?
Never.
Never. You've done it maybe when you first started. I remember when I first started, they go, sit down. Okay, what's our home worth? You're like, well, I think it's worth about, $58,000, because sadly enough, that's what they were worth. 30 years ago, man, I was selling in California for 58, 68. I broke into the luxury market at 88 and 94,000. But anyways, that's a whole nother day in time in Norman Rockwell's setting. But here's the deal. They were in control when I was an amateur.
Mm-hmm.
When I became a pro, I learned to say, how can I possibly tell you what your home's worth? I haven't seen it yet. Oh, that makes sense. I've said that a million times, right, Tom? And then as we're touring the house, I would start in the backyard, or no, we'll start in the house and we'll go through the whole house. Then we'll go out in the backyard and because I want to track stuff in the backyard through your house. And then they show me the house and we go out in the backyard. We go all the way to the back fence. I'll be like looking, and they don't know the whole purpose of that. Yeah, I want to see the house. It's true. But what I really want to do is build rapport with them. Because people list homes to people they know. I want them to get a chance to get to know me. I want them to have a favorable experience. I want them to like me. And then that builds, if they know and like you, it builds trust. So you're trying to do this agent attraction thing. If you haven't even taken time to take them to coffee, you're like, let's move in together. Slow your roll, baby. Slow your roll. It's like when the first time I met my wife, couldn't even talk. I drove 100 miles north, told everyone, she said hello. That was it. I went home. This has never happened before or since. I told her, I met the woman I'm marrying. I'm just going to marry this girl. She's incredible. Oh, and I don't know why, but that's how it was for us. And then I didn't pursue it. I figure if she's the one I've been praying for 4 years, that's 23 years. I started praying for her at 19. lay in bed at night just praying for my wife. God to keep her safe, that she'd grow, that she'd be a mature, godly woman with character, and keep her safe, and all these things, and just health and protection. I'm just praying over her. I go, she's the one that's going to happen. And 2 months later, we bumped into each other in LA with 30 million people, or on LA. I don't even know how many people are in LA. A lot of people. I literally physically bumped into her. And then I'm like, okay, God. And we ended up, why am I telling you that story? Because when I said, I'm not going to push this. If this is God, it's going to happen. She called me 2 weeks after that. She called me. Hey, can I say I'm a chick magnet? Anyway, see, humble. She called me 2 weeks later. Kidding. And she said, hey, congratulations on hitting this business level called Emerald. Way to go. I think it's great. I bumped into you at the event and just wanted you to know I'm impressed with you. I felt like I was supposed to call you and tell you this. So I call her back. And I didn't invite her to dinner. I didn't invite her to Napa for the weekend. I didn't say, let's go fly to Mexico. I said, wow, thank you, man. I'd love to get to know you. We chatted for a little bit. And I said, can we maybe meet sometime the next time I'm in Sacramento and grab a cup of coffee? That was it. Because I wanted her to what? Know, like, and trust me. And once she knows, like, and trust me, 2 months later, we were engaged. 9 months later, we were married. So be smart, but all these people, whether it's sellers or buyers, like I'm at these open houses, they're not, you got to kind of get through it and find out, why do you guys want to buy a home? Well, we're living in an apartment. Oh, what do you love about living in an apartment? Nothing. What do you not like of them? Well, we got broke into, we got our bicycle stolen off the back porch. Our kids can't go play. Oh, wow, that must not feel good. It feels terrible. So I guarantee you, if you tell me what you want, I will find you your dream home in 2 to 3 weeks. And I work like a dog, and I do. I find them what they want, always, always, always. Because there's nothing in MLS. Now you start calling people. You call the player, hey, you got any listings? You got any listings? No, yes. No, yes. Now I got 2 off-market listings that are in where the area they're looking. And I work like a dog. And so, but first, you got to find out. You got to know a little bit about them. And so, are you taking people to breakfast? Are you taking people to lunch? Are you taking people to dinner? Do you take people out, have a glass of wine with them Friday afternoon at 4:30? If you do that sort of thing, hey, my wife and I would love to meet your wife and you for a glass of wine. Maybe we're going up to a vineyard called Eagles Vineyard this weekend. You guys want to go wine tasting with us? We're going to go fishing. You want to come? Tom went water skiing this morning at 6:30 on the lake. He's already been water skiing and off the lake. And he invited me out. And I was so grateful. No, I'm teasing him. He didn't invite me out. But see, even if they say no, I wouldn't have gone, honestly, because I just wouldn't have gone. But it would have been nice for people. Love the invitation. I invited them to go wine tasting. They said no. Trust me, nobody invites them to go wine tasting. Nobody says, hey, we're going to Eddie V's this week, and I'd love to take you and your husband, you and your wife out to dinner. I want to say, I'd love to take you. If they have a significant other, let's say it was love to take you and your husband, you and your wife out to Eddie V's, out to Fleming's. You don't do that with everybody. You do that with the ones that are high value targets. For someone who's newer to real estate, take them to coffee. To someone who's doing 2-3 million, take them to breakfast or lunch, right? You got to build rapport, and you got to spend your money wisely. It's like a $3 million listing. You spend more money getting the listing and marketing the listing than you do on a $300,000 listing. And so I think that's really important. And the cool thing, it's short-term pain, long-term gain. If you do it really hard, it's easy. If you do it really easy, it's hard. Have you been showing the video to 30 people a month? I'm like, well, I don't have anyone. I've talked to everyone I know. So here's where you back it up. The people I see succeeding right now, they're doing small collaborative meetings at title companies or mortgage companies with 8, 10, 12 people. You don't need 200. You need 8, 10, 12, and they need to be your guests. And then you say, I got Sonia Emmers coming in. I have Kevin McDonald coming in. I have Tad Thompson coming in. And they're going to talk about luxury marketing. I have Phil coming in. He's going to be talking about AI marketing. And this guy's a genius. And here's why this person's a big deal. And I have Gene Frederick coming in. And Gene Frederick owned, six Keller Williams franchises. One of them had 580 agents under one roof. He owned regions. He's probably the most successful guy in real estate I've ever met in my life. And I have 10 people that are going to come to this. So we're going to spend the day working on business planning, vision, and breakthrough, whatever you want to say. But I mean, I'm just telling you, you ever meet somebody who's like Tony Robbins, Mel Robbins, Zig Ziglar? This is a special person. And I got 10 seats and it'll be sold out. And it's 2 hours. It's 10 to noon at First American Title at Guild Mortgage. Lunch is served at noon. Do you want to come? I got 20 other people I'm going to invite. You seat yours? I need to know now or not. Well, let me check my schedule. Okay, I'll get back to you. It'll be sold out by the time if you don't want to go, it's cool. I got other people. No, I'll go. Okay, yeah, it's in my calendar. And so you gotta reverse the FOMO. That's what I do with sellers. That's why I get my offers presented in 10 minutes. Instead of us going, oh no, I might miss out. I let them know we won't be here in 45 minutes. It's now or never. Take our offer now, or you'll never get it. You're gonna lose out. They hope they'll have 14 offers Tuesday night. How many got right now? Well, it's Friday. I got none. Saturday, I got none. I used to wait till Tuesday, then send the offer over Tuesday because I want to have my offer all weekend to tell people about that offer. Yeah, I had an offer right here, 10,000 over. And then they would beat it. They go 20,000 over, and they would close in 9 days too. And so you got to reverse the FOMO. Same thing with events. Hey, there is limited seatings. Literally, we're in the conference room. There are 10 seats. And I got 6 of them filled. I got 4 left. You could have them 4. We're having McCooney's delivered at noon, sushi at noon, and we're all going to XYZ, lunch is being delivered. You in or out. And then if you are constantly providing value, and then when you do that one, everyone's go, wow, this was great. And go, hey, in 3 weeks, I have Jackie McKelvin coming. She's an absolute expert at luxury real estate. If you get a listing for $2 or $3 million, she'll even partner with you on it. Like you can go and you're going to lose. You could very well lose that because you don't have experience. You're going to go up against Nick Sadek. You're going to go up against Pat Seide. You're going to go up against Manny Caceres. And these are in Sacramento. These are big, big, big luxury agents. And do you think you're going to win? I tell you right now, Tad Thompson, Windermere Homes, you're going to lose. These guys, Nick Sadek has 120 Sotheby's agents, and he is the number one agent in that area. He beats everybody all the time. What if you could partner with somebody and Jackie would partner 100% of nothing or 50% of a $3, $4, $5 million listing, and then you learn from Jackie how to do it. Anyways, I got 10 seats. If you guys want to come, sign up, or I'll see you next week. And you always promote a meeting from a meeting. You never leave without the next meeting promoted. Like, I'll get back with all of you and let you know we're going to meet again. That is amateur hour. That's not pro. Pro, like in Sacramento, every month we do a meeting at the Placer County Board of Realtors. When we finish, at the beginning, hey, next month we got Tina Call. At the end, next month we got Tina Call. CEO, you're the leader. And here's Tina's credentials. She sells thousands of homes a year. She's a 1/10 of 1%er. And she's coming to Sacramento. It's a free event. It's this date. Save the date, save the time. And we do that like just let's pull up our brentgove.com. Pull it up. We just got a speaker for the business planning clinic. Oh, you're on another Zoom? Okay, we'll do it later. Oh, you're not on this Zoom. All right, I'll do it. Someone make me a co-host. I think I am a co-host. Share, I'm a co-host. Okay, I'm good. I can do this, Rob. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I have like all these things open.
Just click on anyone and change it.
I know, I'm just being weird. Okay, let's see. All right, so Brent Gove. I just had so many links open, it's freaking me out. So if you go, by the way, you go here. This is how do I make this bigger? This is weird.
It's because you're in.
Oh, I'm in their thing. Okay, leave it. All right. So brentgove.com, upcoming events. And this is how we get out global and local. We'll do local, but check this out. There's our year schedule. And we just added Sean Kokoska for our business planning clinic. How do I make this bigger? Do I stretch it? How do I make it? They can see it enough.
Yeah.
I can't see it. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm the one who can't see it. It's giving me glasses. I'm like, make it bigger. Oh, there they are. So there's Sean. I just got him 10 to noon. He's flying out from Texas. I bribed him. There you go. and I bribed him with over here in November with Napa, and I'm not paying for it. I go, take your wife, go to Napa, have a good time. Now Tina Cole, where is she? Right here, 2 first class tickets, and bribed her with Napa. Now I paid for the first class tickets, which is like $3,300, and you're like, well, I can't afford that, Brent. Well, I didn't start there either, but I bring it in. Bill Pipes was here, Frank Cuzitz was here. You just Matt Plummer's coming on Mastering Your Money. And you guys can fly in from this if you're in the area. LA Fly Up, it's a $39 Southwest ticket. But we have amazing speakers. We just set up a Christmas party this year, by the way, those of you that don't know, December 19th, right here at the office. We're going to have live music, food, festivities, gifts. It's going to be amazing. Open to every EXP agent at Northern California in my group or not in my group, because we are the love boat, baby. So this is my schedule, and we're working on the 2025 schedule right now. So I want to share that with you. And okay, I'm gonna switch gears a little bit, and I want to do some Q&A, like with you guys. Like, take your questions, whether it's about doing small collaborative and get everybody talking at the table. Like, hey, Randy Bird, didn't you just list the listing for $2 million? Yeah, tell everyone about it and get people talking and interacting. So here's my chance. Like Douglas Williams and Amanda Miller and Caitlin and Patrick Hake, jump in. Like, do you have a question about? While you're thinking of your question, because I know what it's like. I was like, oh,
Hey, Brett.
I hear speakers do that. And when you figure out your question, I want you to go to reactions, and then that way you don't have to interrupt me. And raise your hand. Hit reactions at the bottom, and then hit the hand button. Your hand will go up, and we'll come to you. But I'll say this. Oh shoot, I forgot my point I was going to make. I was going to make a point on that. But okay, we got a question. Eric, anybody else?
Hey, Brent, always appreciate you. I love the motivation. I've never had a problem with talking to folks and know, like, and trust. And you guys, I don't want to say I sound like a broken record, but I'm going to go back around. But my issue is always like, when you build trust, you can't do that in a 4-minute phone call, right? You have to, and you get that trust with that client. I mean, I got, lots of homes. I got 10 listings. I've got that. But I'm not getting scale, and like, I work my butt off and I like it and it's good stuff, but I'm trying to solve that and I just can't get the throughput. There's just too much going on, and I'm not a sign and dash agent. And that's the thing that I reject. I call, they do everything to get in the contract and then they dash. And they don't leave happy clients. So I'm struggling because I want to grow my volume. I really do, but I'm really struggling to grow the volume to both be integrity, do what I say I'm going to do, and work the client, help the clients, do the job, do the work, Right. That's my biggest challenge.
So you want to read a book by Michael Gerber. It's called, I'm sure you guys know about the E-Myth.
The E-Myth. I know.
You probably read it already, but read it again.
Okay.
When your business, you're the center of the universe in your business, you're always going to have a problem scaling that business.
Yep.
And so I would go back to the E-Myth, read it again. That book is so powerful. He's consulted with over 60,000 small businesses. So that is a really, really important thing to do. And it is the number one challenge in real estate. Is like my aunt, she's the number one Dixon Realty person in Reno, in Nevada. I think she's number one in the state of Nevada. Dixon's a huge, like they have 1,400 agents. And she goes, I'm exhausted. She sells about 70 homes a year. They're all $1 million to $5 million. And she sells 70 of them, but she walks their dog. She picks up their dry cleaning. They mentioned they're flying in from Spain. She goes, I'll pick you up at the airport. Oh, we'll get our kid. No, nonsense. I'll pick you up. I'll be there with you. And she's there with a latte, a bottle of water. She knows what they like to eat. She knows what they like to drink. She knows if they like drink wine or coffee, or they don't drink at all. She knows if they have dogs. She's like, they're like, oh, I'm stressed. I got to leave for the airport. My dog needs to get to a vet. I'll take your dog to the vet. And so she's high service, just like you, Eric, very high service. But she's now in her 60s and early 60s. And she goes, I'm exhausted. I am absolutely exhausted. So that's the problem, until you make it so you're not the center like a wagon wheel and you're the axle. And when you're the axle, and so, but then Then I got this machine, and I want to be personable. I don't want to be love it and leave them real estate, Casanova. Get anything at the listing, then whoosh, they're out of there. And so it is an absolute delicate balance, and it's hard to do. A lot of people really struggle with it. I don't have an easy answer for you other than I got up to a point where I had about 18 to 28 listings at all the times. I felt like I was able to give great service, but I had somebody did the marketing on the listings. I had somebody, the TC, I had somebody did the photography and the signage. And so all the parts that weren't necessarily that we have to do. Someone's got to order the pest report. Someone's got to order the roof inspection. Someone has to do the well, the septic. Someone has to get disclosures ready, open escrow with First American title, make sure the HOA docs are ordered, make sure the prelims, the CC&Rs, check on the appraisal, just all that stuff. You shouldn't be doing any of that. Right. And so you can have everyone has a job to do and everyone does their job. And then your job is to love and serve the agent. I love your heart. I love your style. You'll be able to take it up from where you were at 8 to 18 to 28, which is where I got in a good rhythm. I was able to go to work at 9 or 10, leave at 3 or 4, and work Monday through Thursday. And pretty much on Saturdays, I always would do a listing or two appointment. I just did, but I never worked Fridays. I never worked Sundays, and I would just go out and bang out a listing or two on Saturday. But I made most of my sellers meet with me Monday through Thursday. I just said, I'm not available. I can meet with you next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Which day is better? Tuesdays, morning or afternoon. We don't get off till the evening. I'm like, well, my evenings that are available are Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then I make them pick. I don't go here, abuse me, because I'm a Little League coach. I coach Little League my kids' entire life. I coach soccer their entire life. Kathy and I coached 3 teams at once, and Roseville soccer in front of everybody, like 2,500 parents of the Goves can play on any field they want. Roseville, nobody got that treatment. They go, nobody is coaching 3 teams at once. And they said, so special thank you to the Gove family. And I was selling 400 homes a year. And I had 2 soccer teams, and my wife had one, because our youngest daughter's soccer team, she was 5 years old. Not one of those hardworking young parents with young children they were not able to have the time to do it. And I could do it. And trust me, I tried not to do it, but like literally nobody would be the coach. So I said, we'll do it. And but the point is we had the time, because I had my systems in place. But that's kind of the most success I ever reached. And then, of course, I had buyer's agents. I had about 12 buyer agents and 6 listing specialists take the listings I didn't want. And it was a great life. And we're just kind of chugging along. And then, of course, we found EXP, and that just blew the lid off the whole leverage piece. So I don't know if that was helpful, Eric, but that's just
it is. I appreciate it. I appreciate being real. Thank you.
By the way, love the beard, baby. It's awesome. Don, I owe you a phone call, Don. I'm sorry. I wasn't feeling well yesterday, and I left the office early and just went home and just chilled. I'm feeling much better today, but so I apologize. I do owe you a phone call.
Awesome. Well, I don't know if you remember this, but in Puerto Vallarta a few years ago, I went to you and I said, hey, who is got the most exciting growing organization in EXP right now? And you introduced me to Jesse Zarkowski. And he and I developed a tremendous friendship, accountability, support, even though we're in different lines. And it's been awesome. And both of us now, of course, have organizations over 1,000 agents. I'm going to be leading this meeting on September 11th. If we could get one person into that meeting to bring the greatest value for these folks, who would you recommend we get in here?
Wow, September 11th. Is it a meeting for here?
Yeah, Atomic Team meeting. Meeting.
Atomic Team meeting. Yeah, man, I could think of a lot of people. Let me. I know Wendy was amazing at Build LA. She was selling 50 homes a year at $300,000 a house, and then she switched to luxury. She only sold, I think, 12 homes last year, but they were like 3 million, 5 million, 8 million, 12 million. She made more money. She had way more time. She was an amazing speaker. I really liked her. Wendy, what is it? Wendy Goss. Wendy Goss. She's amazing. The reason she wanted to do luxury is she wears jeans. Her superpower is having a beer at Chevron at the corner. She drives a Jeep and a Harley Davidson. She's super, super down to earth.
Where is she located?
Do we know where she's located? We're looking.
Okay.
Anyway, it's
Can
going to
you,
be on
can
Zoom.
you
It
do a
doesn't really
text
matter. But the
intro
point is
for me?
this: she saw herself because she rode a Jeep and a Harley. Is not. They won't like me. They loved her, and her friend who begged her to do it said, "They're just people. Whether it's 300,000 or 3 million, it's the exact same thing." And so I thought she was great. She's in Las Vegas. I just got the word. She's located out of Las Vegas, and she literally made the switch. Her friend goes, "Aren't you tired?" And she goes, "No, I love it. I love it." And then she was thinking about that week, and she goes, "I'm exhausted. 20 years of selling 50 homes a year for 20 years. That is a lot of work to put 50 homes in escrow every year." And I think she had, 20, 25 listings and 20, 25, 30 buyers. You are one busy cowboy or cowgirl. So I like Wendy. She's great. There's a
How about just do a 3-way text intro for me, would you, to her?
Yeah. There's a kid out of Palm Springs. He's 22. He just signed up 20 people in his front line and put 80 people in his group in like the last 6 months. He's 22 years old in Palm Springs. And so you could blame your age. You could blame your Jeep or your Harley. You could blame, I'm not as good looking as Brent Gove. I mean, look at that man. He's beautiful. I get that. I pity you guys, but hey, you're born with what you're born with. But but you just gotta love and kid around. And, if that's not you, don't do that. But that's me. And I always do that with my sellers. Like they'll wear a Lakers hat. I'm like, "You're a Lakers fan?" They go, "Yeah." I go, "Wow. I was really hoping to be friends with you." I see Randy Bird do that a lot, right? I was hoping we could be friends, but we definitely cannot be friends if you're a Lakers fan. And they laugh. And so you just are like, "Oh, you're a Lakers fan? Mm. Oh, you like golf? I like golf. Mm. Oh, you like Kamala? I love Kamala. Mm. Oh, you like Trump? I love Trump." I mean, that's fake. It's not real, right? And you might avoid the politics for sure. But anyways, I think you get the point. Okay, good. All right. Well, I think our time is up, but I will say this, and I don't see nobody else put their hands up. So it is, 9:43. Tom goes, "You have 30 to 45 minutes." So I'm a minute and a half early. So I want to make sure that you guys know Tina Call is going to be here. I stopped sharing my screen, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just going to do it one more time. It's this person right there, Tina Call, the 19th of September at Placer County Board of Readers, 10 to noon. Everybody should have this in your calendar. If you're in Northern California, these dates go in your calendar. I don't miss. I just didn't miss. Now I live in Puerto Rico. I do miss some because it's a 6,000-mile round trip to be here. So I'm here when I can. And I will be at Tina Call's event on the 19th. I will be here. And so, but you're local. These are just, you don't show property. You don't do listing appointments. You're just here and you bring people. The people who grow bring people. And if like, "Well, I don't have this in my area." Well, we didn't have this in Sacramento. I created it. You hire someone, a VA, and they say, "Here, you give them my flyer. Say, copy this. Don't make it, or make it better." And then you hand this to them. I stole this from a gal out of Oregon, Portland, Oregon, under Randy Bird. And she had this, and we never had the pictures of the people. We had the title, who it was, but we didn't have pictures. I go, "Wow, this looks so much better with the pictures." And so I just copied her. I just copied it. That's all I do. So make sure you save this date, September 19th. If you're in LA, fly up for it. I'm spending thousands of dollars to get her here, probably at least over $4,000. So you can just fly up for $39. Anywhere else, drive in. She'll be amazing. So I just want to promote that. And those of you that can afford EXPCon Miami, come. It's going to be amazing. And if it's like really going to devastate you financially, because it's $900 a ticket to start, and this, then come to, if you had to choose, go to Cabo in March, right? Go to Cabo in March if it's really bad. I mean, I'm going to be at both, and if you can swing both, because you don't want to wait till next March, because you coming to EXPCon Miami with a key guest, a 22-year-old kid who brings 80 people the next 6 months. You don't have to have a ton of them, but you have to have somebody. Bring them with you, and go to Miami and enjoy the event and watch your business grow. And again, if you can't afford it, you just can't. Definitely plan on Cabo March 11th through the 16th. This year we have Ed Milet lined up. We're working on Tom Ferry. That's not for sure. We're working on John Cheplack. We have Bill Pipes. We have Coach Burt. We have. I'm working on Grant and Elena Cardone. We've never ever, usually we have one. We're going to have like 5 big time speakers in Mexico at Cabo, at the Hyatt Ziva. It's going to be amazing. March 11th through the 16th. Anyways, thanks for having me on today. Tom and Don and Randy and Atomic Cabins. What a pleasure, man. Love you guys. Anything else? We good?
Thanks, Brent. All right. You got your inspiration. Time to put in the perspiration. Thanks, Brent. Love you. Have a good day. See ya.
Thanks, Brent.
Thanks, Brent.
Bye, guys.